Okay, so today we are at the Red Bull Ring. We're about to start the race, and here we go. I'll try to not make this too jerky here. Trying something a little bit different with the camera recording. So we had a decent start there. Somebody didn't get off the line quite when they should have.
Don't have the data.
This is a Formula One track, so it's really smooth, pretty wide. Trying to over here use all of the track until I ran too wide. Get a little bit of it's called an incident for going out of bounds there, going over that curb when that turn is out of bounds. On other turns, it's the curb will be red, or there's a barrier is red. You'll see up here. I had an issue here where we had two more cars spin here. So we started.
No worries.
I had some issues in qualifying. I put a tire off track, and that invalidated one of my laps. And then I put a tire off track in a different spot and validated my other lap. So basically started at the back because of that, which I was fine with. Kind of like starting at the back. This is my first race at this track, so I kind of wanted to avoid being in front of other cars and messing somebody else up in case my line is pretty different or I brake oddly or something. That right there, that red and this red on the left here are both out of bounds. So you see, you want to carry as much speed as you can, but not so much that it puts you into the red. Because basically you have an incident total. You can get up to 17 incidents, and everything counts as an incident. Touching another car, spinning, right there if you get up on that curb, all these things. Getting involved in a heavy accident could be like could cost you 6 incidents right there in one occurrence. So sometimes on this turn I was getting an incident count for some reason, even though I was on the green. You see here, I think it's Tom here in the 3. This was pretty fun. And a bit of a battle going on here. So he's on the preferred line. That is a tough turn. On the opening lap, we saw 2 cars spin right there. Not uncommon. That's probably my turn I've spun the most on in this track. Trying to get up to speed here. It's my first time racing these cars on this track. I just got this track yesterday. I've seen it in other racing sims years ago, but
10th position.
I knew I lost time right here. I lost momentum. I could hear him coming. Saw him in my mirror go to that side, so I just stayed out wide, waited for him to go by, and then pull right behind him to get the draft. You see I'm trying to use up all the track here, carry as much speed as possible. Getting a little bit of a draft here. Didn't come out of there with too much more momentum than he did, right about the same, but the draft is what helped there. So it puts me on an inside line here, which isn't great. And you can tell he gets a run here. Because he had a more optimal line. Went through there, he was able to carry more momentum, and then with the draft, so he made it work there, even though he hit the inside curb a bit. You see he moved left there once he saw me move left, which I think is blocking. It's in response to the car behind you. I mean, that is the preferred line, but you can tell he moved there pretty aggressively. One wouldn't do that if they weren't mirror driving. But it worked out. This is a little bit of a tough turn to judge your braking point. You got to kind of get on the brakes sort of easy, carry speed through here, and this turn is kind of similar. Gentle on the brakes, back on the gas as early as you can. You can see he's getting a little bit of a run there, but decides to kind of back out of it. Maybe this is a better angle. Come right down. He bounced off that inside yellow curbing that marks the apex. He's getting a good run going here. Drafting up there, but the turn's like not really wide enough to pass, as most aren't. So you got to be pretty brave, or be farther up alongside to actually pull off that move. But he's kind of sort of second guessing it here of almost there, but not quite, and not forcing the issue.
Have that data.
And I just trying to drive my best. I'm not going to give it to him. You got to make the pass. See, I didn't move over hastily. I was like slowly drifting, which I think is totally fair, and I'm on the racing line. So he dove up the inside, so basically reverse of what we were on the last lap, where I kind of dove up the inside on him there. But here, being a little more aggressive. Going to pass him back on the inside. So I got to kind of get on the gas a little bit later because I got to leave him space outside. And I don't know exactly where he is. I kind of don't want to look, turn my head in the middle of that. I was leaving him space, and he used it. It's all good, all fair. You can see we got a little bit better exit there, but he's going to get this draft.
Thank you.
And see, I do this really wide entry and then try to cut it down to the apex. I missed the apex by full car width there. He's weaving around, trying to find a place to go. I'm trying to stay on the racing line and make him make the move offline. And you can see there, let's back that up for a second. So we touched a little bit there. So the racing line is out here along the red and white, and I'm a little bit over that, but still on track. This is my preferred entry into this turn. It's a pretty tight turn. So as we're going here, let's slow this down. So he takes a super narrow entry line. He could be almost two car widths farther to the left, but he's going into a tight turn on the inside, which is not the best way to take it. So let's see what happens here. It's going a little bit too slow, but you can see his right side tires catch that inside curb, which bounces him up a bit. He may have gotten a little bit of a penalty for going off track, perhaps, maybe not. But now his car is sliding farther to the left because he bounced up in the air, but I'm still there. And now he spins the inside wheel. You can see that smoke come off, but he's still not clear. And I'm using that yellow curb is basically off track. So he pushed me all the way. I basically left him as much room as I possibly could. Like I couldn't leave him another inch, and still he used all of that and more. And so I said something on the radio. I wasn't real happy with that. We had been racing pretty clean. I didn't know if it was on purpose or not.
You got to give me room, dude.
Yeah, it was me there. Just tell him, gotta give me room, dude.
Yeah, I could say the same thing too, mate.
I didn't bump into you.
So it's kind of hard to hear what he said, but basically what he said was, I could say the same to you, which I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about. Maybe he thought I should just move over and give him room to pass me or something. But my response was, I didn't touch you. Like, I didn't make contact with him. But oh well, that's what happened. And now these guys are pushing and shoving a little bit in front of us.
Sorry, Tom.
You're right, mate.
Generally, everybody's pretty nice and fair.
P4.
But at the time, I didn't realize he had bounced off the inside curb and made a mistake. And he didn't cop to that either. Just kind of in the heat of the battle, emotions are a bit high. That just gives more motivation to try to pull off a pass. Again, I'm swinging wide. And here, trying to get back on the throttle early. You can see he got into the curbs. So each one of those times counts as an incident against you. And if you get to 17, you get disqualified. So it's a risk. It also affects your safety rating. You don't really want incidents. So I'm staying much closer to him. I'm on the inside now. The situation's reversed. And he went off by himself. I didn't realize that until just now. Switch cars. So let's see what happened here. So he locks up. He's got a car right in front of him. He didn't hit his brake marker right. And he had a car that was inside. But he recovered pretty well. Got another incident here. But all right. So now we're back rolling. Oop, I lost it there. That turn is really tricky. It kind of drops away from you pretty quickly. And so it's a very strange turn. You do a lot of hard braking, start turning in, then you got to kind of straighten out and then get back on the throttle. Or you roll the inside of that turn really slowly. It's a tough one. I think Tom had caught up to me there when I made that mistake, but I think he might have messed up, lost it under braking or something. And here, as the race progressed, I was changing my braking, how much braking pressure I was doing going into those last two turns before the front straight, trying to figure out what might be a little bit better. And I feel like towards the end of the race, I found something a little bit better. So here, just trying to be clean, trying to take the shortest way through here. So kind of against the inside of the track on the right, and then against the inside of the track, or this side of the track on the left. Just trying to use a straight line to the shortest distance. Oh, I almost lost it there. Oh, here comes somebody to take advantage of that small mistake. Oh, here comes Tom again to take advantage of that too. But being that it was Tom and we already got into it a little bit before, I was extra motivated to defend and challenge well. Lost a little bit on entry there. Trying to keep a tighter line. I noticed that seemed to be a little bit better, so I was trying to hold it tight like the car in front of me there. Held a tighter line through there. It's a shorter distance, and you can get back on the throttle earlier. And that seemed to work. Look, I gained a little bit of space to him in the car in front. And he got a little bit insider line there too. He got those last two turns pretty perfect. Drifted a little wide. So he would have got an incident for that. So those incidents affect your safety rating, which affects your license progression if you want to race higher classes. So we both went off a little bit to the right there. Him definitely because he caught that inside curb. And me sort of just following him. I heard I was clear, I think, right here. That's why you see me just kind of move over to the left here. Just trying to still have a good line through there. So I got Tom behind me here again. Let's switch cameras, see if this is any better. We got three-way battle. Oh, and the car behind got into back of Tom. That's unfortunate. You want to beat him, but you don't want to see anybody get taken out. You can see here I'm trying to keep to the inside more on both of these turns, especially the left-hander. So at this point, we got a bit of a gap back to Tom and the other guy. It was, I don't know, around 6 or 8 seconds or so. So there's a pretty big gap to the car in front of me. So let's see. Let's go on board view. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oop, that's not what I wanted. It's a little bit better. So we're staying out here wide, braking about the 100 marker, looking in, using all the road. You can hear a little bit of wheel spin there. And then trying to straight line right here, shortest distance, kept the right side along, right tires along that edge of the track, left side tires along this edge of the track, braking again right about the 100 marker, getting back off the brakes, trying to get our turning done, back on the throttle smoothly. And over here, braking gently around the 50 marker, turning in. Here, kind of staying wide and then turning in. Yeah, that was a better one. Using all the track, all 4 tires up on that curbing. This turn's a little tricky. You want to carry a lot of speed in here. You got to brake just a little bit. I try not to hit that curb. Try to drift all the way out and then go here. This is a little off balance kind of through here. The angle changes on the asphalt. Carry the speed you can through there. And that's about it. The rest is probably a little bit boring to watch. Let's look at what our lap times were. So let's see. Let's see here. So our fastest lap was lap 10.
120.
We had quite a bit of variability here with laps. It's probably to be expected, being that it was our first time here racing at this track. Looks like our best was lap 10, 147.895. Lap 12 was pretty good too. Lap 13 was even better, but We must have
Acknowledged. We'll
put a
monitor
wheel
the
off
skies
track
at
for that one
team
not to be marked as our fastest lap. So we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.